How to get your first pull-up. Hi, I'm David Chesworth, creator of Bucketless Fit, and your coach today in getting you to achieve that pull-up. I'm going to share with you today some exercises that will support you moving in the direction of getting that pull-up, and also some milestones to aim for to achieve as you progress towards getting that pull-up. The pull-up is a really cool skill. It's one of those skills that is kind of in the family of a body squat and a push-up, but it's also it's a lot more impressive. It's harder to get to, for sure. But on the other side of that, it's also a gateway skill to a lot of other new things, such as muscle ups, such as front levers, such as doing things on the gymnastics rings and the pull-up bar. And it's a really great foundation of upper body pulling strength that just translates so well into pursuing other goals. So without further ado, let me show you those exercises and those milestones. Let's get after it. I should also point out that these are the milestones that worked for me. There's more than one way to achieve the pull-up. Everyone's a little different, and that there is more than one right way to get there, but this is what's worked for me and the people I've worked with. Okay, first and foremost, if you can't yet do a push-up, I highly recommend achieving the push-up first before pursuing the pull-up, just because it's going to build a good foundation of upper body strength and balance out the pulling that you'll be working towards. So if you can't yet, still watch the video, still learn the exercises and milestones, but be sure to achieve that push-up before getting the pull-up. Okay, so the first exercise and milestone that you'll want to hit for the pull-up is a body row. So for the body row here, you could use a Smith machine at a gym. I'm using just my home gym PRX rack, and I put the barbell on the other side so that when I pull on it, it won't fall off. So for the body row, you want to make sure that the bar is about nipple height or about chest height. Okay, so you're going to start basically upright with your foot just barely on the other side of the bar. So you are almost as vertical as you possibly can. If you were a hand on the clock, instead of being pointed directly up at noon, you're just barely to the right of noon. All right, so you're leaning a little bit, your chest is proud, shoulders are down and back, and your body is a statue. The only thing that's moving here is your upper body, your arms, driving those elbows back, squeezing together. So you're gonna wanna get 60 repetitions here. You're gonna wanna be able to comfortably do 60 repetitions in a row of this upright body row before moving on to the next milestone. By the way, you'll notice here, I had an underhand grip, which is technically training for the chin up. Chin up is underhand grip, pull up, and then a traditional pull up is with the overhand grip. So this applies to both the chin up and the pull up. I typically recommend training for the chin up first. It just puts your shoulders in a more aligned position, an externally rotated position naturally, which is safer for the shoulder. It's also not a bad idea to train for both at the same time. So maybe try to get 60 underhand reps, and then also see if you can get 60 overhand reps before moving on to the next progression. All right, so here's the next progression, a squat assisted pull-up. So again, you can use that Smith machine or a rack or really anything that you can grab onto that's almost collarbone height, top of the chest. And you want your chest puffed and proud and your foot slightly in front here. And you're gonna sit down, lowering into that squat, using as little bit of legs as possible. Your legs are there to help, but only as much as needed. And then standing back up, using mostly your upper body. I want you to mindfully feel here, the lats engaging, the back of your shoulders engaging, and with the underhand grip here, the chin-up grip, your biceps engaging. All right, so your legs are helping, but I want you to feel those pull-up muscles. Okay, so aim to get 30 assisted squat pull-ups as your next milestone, unbroken, so meaning no rest throughout. The next milestone to aim for is a horizontal body row. So you could use parallel bars for this, or as you can see, I'm using my rack again, and I'm using the spotter arms to put the bar a little bit lower. And what you're gonna do here is get under the bar, and you wanna make sure it's at a height that you can, when you're grabbed onto it, your arms are straight. So you wanna have your hips up to start in a bridge position, proud chest, so your shoulders are down to the floor and back towards your hips. That's the starting position. And from here, you're gonna pull up, drive your chest up towards the bar, use your legs to help if you need to. Aim to get 15 to 20 repetitions without taking your rest in between. The next milestone you're going to want to hit is being able to do a free hang, developing that grip strength. Without that grip strength of carrying your whole body weight, doing a pull-up grip strength while moving is going to be that much harder. Aim to get to at least 30 seconds. A minute is preferable. Now that you've got the grip strength at the bottom, the dead hang, next milestone, you want to be able to hang from the very top. So for this one, I'm going to demonstrate using a barbell lower to the ground. Start by lifting one foot up, squeeze that bar into your chest and your chest back into the bar, and slowly try to lift that other leg up. You can use your tippy toes to help for as long as you need to. Once you get to the point where you can do it without both feet, that's what you're aiming for. Milestone number 6, top half negatives. So for the top half negative, you're going to start from the top of the pull-up and slowly lower down until your elbows hit 90 degrees. Slowly lower down until your elbows hit 90 degrees. I like to do this low to the floor so that you have your feet to help you come out of it and you won't jerk all the way down and hurt your shoulders, hurt your elbows. Milestone number 7 would be bottom half negatives. Bottom half negatives, starting from the 90 degrees and lowering all the way down to straight arms. Again, starting at the 90-degree mark and lowering down all the way to straight arms. Aim to get 10 repetitions of those. Milestone number 8, the full negative. So the full negative would be starting from the top of the pull-up, negative all the way down to the bottom. All right, get 10 of those again. 10 full rep negatives starting from the top all the way down, 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 down to straight arms at the bottom. Now in this video, I'm doing this close to the floor, so I'm tucking my knees up. That is not necessary. You can do this from a taller pull-up bar. Whatever works for you, as long as you can get that full range of motion from fully bent to fully straight. That's what you're aiming for. Once you can do 10 negatives, you might already be able to jump to the full pull-up. If you need kind of an in-between, you can always do a jumping assisted pull-up, where you jump first, jump and pull. Maybe you do some band assisted pull-ups to help split the difference between that progression 8 of negatives to full pull-up. But we'll call those progressions 8.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 because milestone number 9 is the full pull-up. All the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. And again, remember, underhand grip is technically a chin-up. An overhand grip is traditionally called a pull-up. Chin-up tends to be the easier one to get first for most people. Then pull-up is usually harder, so don't be surprised if that's the case for you too. So those are the progressions that seem to work best for me, especially with minimal equipment. There are so many other ways to progress to the pull-up using the assisted pull-up machine, using band-assisted pull-ups, using spotting, using friends. But those are, if you don't have access to many things, the exception of maybe a pull-up bar and a squat rack, that's all you really need. And without a spotter to get there safely and use those baby steps. So what's worked for you to get a pull-up? What barriers have you hit when trying to pursue the pull-up? Let me know, comment below, and let's see if I can help you get there. Let's cross that pull-up off your fitness bucket list. Let's get your bucket list fit. And as always, let's get after it.